Previously on Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Time for a monster like you to head on home!
No! I was so close! My stupid bullshit almost got away with it! And now back to kicking monkey ass! Hello! This is NicoB, back with some more Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Well, last left off, we finished off Adachi's story here, and now all we got left is episode P3. I gotta say, I was surprised with the Adachi story. That really redeemed his character a lot. I'm still fucking shocked about that. But I'm glad. It's nice seeing bad guys get redemption every now and then. You know. You gotta learn something, Kameda. Oh, Nico, what will you learn? My heart is devoted only to hope bagels. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and, apparently, I asked you guys, I wasn't really sure how P3 would work. Is it like, I was like, is this supposed to be just the point of view of the same story? But apparently it's sort of like, it's more now like, it's like the story, but now the P3 characters are like the main characters. So I guess kind of a different take on the same story, I suppose. But I think after I beat this also, I should get there's also a true ending apparently. So apparently the other end wasn't really the complete full story. Anyway, let's get started. I guess this starts at the end of Persona 4 Arena, because in the announcement room again. God damn it.
The death of everything, but also the beginning.
Oh. SHUJI IKUTSUKI, what the fuck are you doing here? Hey, they even got the same voice actor to come back.
People have filled the world, yet turned it into a void. The only hope of salvation lies in ruin.
Oh, yes!
Did you work in a zoo? Because that's one huge pile of shit you're pushing around.
Oh, alright, so this is... So not Labrys's imagination. No, instead it's... Or Labrys's world. This is actually what the room looked like? Seriously? You had all those dead things just hanging up there? Oh, I really think it brings out the lighting and the decor, you know? Having dead androids hanging from the ceiling.
So, how'd that turn out for you, Dad? It doesn't matter now that you're dead as a doornail, does it?
Oh, wait, what?
You wanted the world destroyed, huh? Isn't that right, you worthless pest? Fine, I'll do it. This shitty world with its shitty people and shitty lives will disappear, and I'll be the only thing left.
Every time I hear it, he always says shit, shitty shit. I keep thinking of that episode of South Park where everyone just starts saying the word shit all the time, and then eventually, like, the end, a fucking, like, demon comes out of the ground and starts murdering things from people saying the word shit so many times.
After all, if the Father's fallen into darkness, then the Son must rise. Just kidding.
What nonsense.
What?
These constructs can only remain active within my red fog. Even then, they can only do so for a limited amount of time. If you have time to waste with worthless sentiment, hurry up and complete your preparations.
I see. So that's Hinokage-suchi. Okay, so this is actually at the end of. Okay. I was confused. I was like, I thought it was a flashback to like when SHUJI IKUTSUKI was alive, but I guess it's just this is after Persona 4 Arena, after the end of it, and then Sho came in, and I don't know. I guess he was just dicking around. He's like, I'm gonna make a shadow look like my old dad.
Ha! You've got no sense of humor. Keep up your whining, and I'll have to kill you too.
Such impudence. Take them. They are your pawns.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so he's... Ooh, what can I make with the shadow? It's like silly putty.
They're pretty well made. Fine, I've got the power I borrowed from you too. So now there's no way I could lose. Well then, time to make like a tree and turn over a new leaf or whatever.
God, I'm awesome.
A puppet version of a puppet. I'll make sure you get the job done this time.
Now let's begin.
Ooh.
For the sake of his world.
Was expecting a cutscene. Uh-oh. Shadow Army. Holy sweet Shadow. They're all like robots or something. Must kill. Must destroy. Ooh. Shadowopter's lab. Really? Oh, so they used the same lab where Labrys was made, I guess. They kept the same old fucking chairs and shit? They would have thrown that stuff out. May 5th afternoon, I'm at the Shadowopter's lab.
I finished going through Labrys's personality module and control links.
Fukusan's voice echoes throughout the machinery-lined room where she works as the operator. Seems that it'll be a little more time until she's finished with her work. Who am I playing as? My Labrys?
I knew we could count on you.
I'm sorry that I asked you for such a big favor.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly stand by after something so important happened. But, is it really all right for me to be doing this? Aren't you all part of some kind of police organization now?
We're the A-Team.
There's no need to be concerned. Even now that we've become the Shadow Operatives, this lab belongs solely to the Kirijo group.
We're the P3 team. Shadowopters, especially under the direct supervision of the National Police Agency, organized to deal with supernatural cases that the normal police would be unable to respond to. In other words, cases dealing with shadows. This is one of the laboratories under the management of the Shadow Operatives. The purpose of this place is to mainly analyze evidence gathered in shadow-related cases, analysis of shadow matters for scientific understanding, and planning operations. Another objective is the maintenance, inspection, and service for anti-shadow weapons such as myself. Ah, there we go. Alright, so is Labrys. Since I'm a member of the Shadow Operatives and classified as a weapon due to my mechanical nature, I periodically undergo maintenance at this facility. I see. Directly under the inauguration of the Shadow Operatives, after the inauguration, Mitsuru-san has state-of-the-art packing case prepared to transport me. However, the one slumbering within this case is my sister, Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm Igus. Stop confusing me, gang! Generation A shadow suppression weapon. And our new comrade. And this gets hurt. No, it's not. I guess it's some other person we haven't met before. Ah, fuck! Stop it!
I finished investigating Labrys's mobility systems. All I have to do now is reboot her OS and perform some final checks.
Thanks, Clover.
Thank you. How is she?
She'd sustained some heavy structural damage, so I was worried, but thankfully none were critical.
Since my sister had been forced to push herself far beyond her limit during the events the other day, her entire body had taken serious damage. I'm glad she's okay. Fukusan's words caused me to sigh with relief.
I see. And what did you recover from her memory?
I'm sorry. I searched through it, but I found no records that would lead to finding the one behind what happened. If we want to pursue him any further, we'll have to wait for a report from intelligence. But it seems that will still take some time.
I see.
I see Mitsuru-san tighten her fist with that quiet utterance. The culprit is someone capable of manipulating the data in my sister's memory. The possibility that they would make the mistake of leaving a trace leading to themselves is extremely low. You know, actually, I heard a lot of you guys say that you thought that actually the episode P3 was better than P4 because I think you end up seeing some of the characters grow a bit more. Because I guess in episode P4, well, in P4 we kind of already went through, like, I don't know, everyone kind of, I guess, had sort of faced their shadows and kind of done that part. And I don't know, they kind of did it differently in P3. In P3, and Persona 3, everybody already had their shadows. I mean, there was still some progression in the story of, like, character progression, but it wasn't, like, I guess probably as massive or maybe as life-changing as P4, I guess. But supposedly it's supposed to be a bit more of that in episode P3. Even when one knows the outcome, people often feel indignant when the last bit of hope is crushed. It's understandable. Our ability to find out who kidnapped my sister has been completely stymied.
Then we have no clues to go on.
Don't be so hasty. We might get new leads from intelligence, right?
Ever since that attempted airplane hijacking, we've learned that the Public Safety Division has been making some disquieting moves. If we don't make a move soon, there's no telling what they'll do to take advantage of the situation. We have to find a lead before they do anything.
Though Akihiko-san has known Mitsuru-san for a long time, Mitsuru-san's expression remains stiff as he tries to console her. But that's only natural. The Shadow Operatives are still in a delicate position with regards to where we stand within the National Police Organization. As a seemingly suspicious group founded by an outsider and dealing with crimes outside the capabilities of the normal police force, we are often met with cold stares from the people who should be our fellow investigators when we're dispatched on cases. The logic of such actions eludes me, but I cannot pretend that they do not exist.
I understand how you feel, Mitsuru-san, but we must solve one problem at a time. That is why we have gathered here today.
You're right. I'm sorry. Please work with me here in reviewing what information we already know.
Mitsuru-san implores us for assistance. Our gathering here at the lab today isn't just to hear about the results of Fuka-san's tests on my sister. We've come to share and review the information we have, to inspect the clues as closely as possible to get closer to the culprit as quickly as possible.
The person behind this case first stole Labris, the 5th-generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, while she was in transport.
You know, there's actually still a lot of details. I mean, we've, even from episode P4 that we sort of haven't gotten yet, you know, like how the whole red fog thing got started, I guess. I mean, it was IKUTSUKI, I guess, it was his power. And is he, like, I'm still a little confused about, like, was he inside SHO the whole time? So, like, kind of like how, I think it was Ameno Sugiri was inside, was he inside Adachi as well? Was there something inside you then? Like, that's this thing. There wasn't, was there? I don't know. I'm a little confused by some of that, but...
Yes. The hijacking of the airplane you were on was a diversion used to conceal the theft of my sister, after which she was transported to Inaba.
Correct. The hijackers were subdued and captured, but we have reason to believe that their minds were under some kind of control.
Those who hijacked the airplane and transported the case had no memory of taking part in the crime. Dude, I work at Starbucks! What am I doing here? Where did my soy frappuccino go? They did not recognize one another, had nothing in common, and were all ordinary citizens with no prior criminal records. They were sentenced to death. They did, however, all claim in their testimonies that they saw red eyes. Though their interrogations are still ongoing, it seems that it won't be long before they are released. With all these points taken into consideration, it becomes apparent that this is no ordinary crime. It seems like, I don't know. I guess while SHO's body was the one being used, it seems like the Minazuki was really the one that was, like, I think he was probably the one that took control of Labris multiple times in people's scenarios. You know, at the end of the story where it was like, I will test this unit, and her, you know, his weird Gladys sounding voice. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't think it would be Kagasuchi or whatever, but...
The culprit waited until he arrived in Inaba to turn Labris on and fiddle with her memory. And then he threw her into the TV world, right?
Where one's heart and memories manifest themselves. As a machine, Labris was able to control these memories in great detail. In other words, the enemy used her in order to set a trap for us.
When we entered the television world in pursuit, we defeated her shadow and made indirect contact with the culprit.
As well as the entire P4 team.
That person revealed that his goal was to steal our personas by making us fight each other, which would weaken our hearts and turn our personas to shadows. Once he'd accomplished that, he would combine them all so we could have even more powerful shadows.
Everyone falls silent. The mysterious person's motives was to gather and unify shadows. This is all too similar to something that those of us gathered here will never forget.
SHUJI IKUTSUKI.
Ah, that little shit.
The culprit's speech pattern is consistent with Ikutsuki-san's mannerisms. His inability to use a persona matches him as well.
You know, I was kind of surprised. I thought when they... was that it? Is that SHUJI's only appearance in this? Because, like... Did they bring the voice actor back just for that? There's, like, a couple of lines? I don't know. Maybe he does another voice in this, but...
But that's not possible.
That's right. We've confirmed Ikutsuki's death.
Man, that bitch dead. I got his head right here. Look. I keep it around it. Remind me.
Or maybe there's someone out there besides Ikutsuki who still thinks the same way he did.
And has this horrible sense of humor.
If so, then the world we strive for is still far away.
Mitsuru-san sounds as if she's in agony. SHUJI IKUTSUKI, 3 years ago he became fascinated with the fall and tried to bring about the end of the world using shadows. Cause why the fuck not? Mitsuru-san, he's also the adversary that robbed her of her precious father.
Yamagishi, when Labris awakens, can you give her a summary of the case from 3 years ago? I'd like her to know what went on while she was sealed.
I understand.
Can't you just stick that data into her memory?
If we did that, it would just become a piece of data to her. She needs to be told about it in order for her mind to understand what happened.
She's human through and through, huh?
Also, I noticed something when I was checking her memories. The makeup of Labris's memory field is slightly different from Ikas's. Besides the memory area that she normally accesses, there seems to be a sub-network of some sort.
That's probably where she has the memory of that girl, right?
She has 2 memory networks?
And she's like, say, what?
I think it was probably used to incorporate the feedback from her sibling units. but I still don't know for sure. That's why I believe it's safer to tell her in person.
All right. I'll let you tell her however you see fit. Regarding IKUTSUKI, I'm pressuring staff to hurry and review the information, including the newly discovered quarantine server at Ergo Research. We never knew about the server in question before now, because it had been cut off from the group's network.
You know, I'm wondering if the P3 ends up being the main group here. I'm wondering, does that mean P4 is going to be abducted and put on crosses? Alright, that other story didn't work for me. Maybe if I do it with the other group this time, it'll work better. Or maybe you could just take all of them at once and shut up. This is the way I'm doing it.
It most likely has information that normally would have never left Ergo Research, such as data on top-secret experiments.
IKUTSUKI-san could be involved in this case. Masuru-san's worries and irritation may be because she senses that possibility. We gotta understand the pain she must be in.
By the way, what was the logic behind that whole midnight channel thing?
It's still unknown, but we'll have to send people to Inaba again. We're going to hold a meeting at headquarters tomorrow to discuss countermeasures.
Oh no! Oh no! Holy shit, that's loud. It's only an alarm that notifies us if abnormalities goes off and reverberates throughout the lab. Masuru-san quickly uses a nearby control panel to contact the staff within the facility.
What's going on?
What the fuck?
The surveillance system detected a rise in shadow readings. It's currently stabilizing around a level 3 alert, located in that town of Inaba.
Fucking Inaba! It's always fucking Inaba! Thank you, purple-haired girl.
What?
Looks like he's shown up already. That saves us the trouble of having to puzzle this out.
Yu-san and his friends are in danger. Mitsuru-san, please give the order to dispatch us.
All right, we'll leave at once. Yamagishi, leave Labras to Kikuno and accompany us.
I understand. Well then, I leave the rest to you, Kikuno-san.
Understood. Lady Mitsuru, everyone, please be careful.
That's Kikuno. They actually mentioned her in Persona 4. In the episode of P4, I was like, wait, who's that? One of Masuru-san's personal domestic assistants, or should I say maids, Kikuno-san answers. She must have been the one flying the helicopter, that's right. Kikuno-san and Masuru-san have a stronger bond than any of the ordinary servant and master. She's another of the shadow operatives. Her words catch my attention for some reason. Please be careful. A very trivial expression of concern for our safety. I guess does that mean she has Persona as well? Brushing it off as a common courtesy would be simple, but I sense that she may be sensing something unusual regarding the situation that awaits us there. Be causing us unease. Does Masuru-san know?
Oh, hold on, I guess.
As I'm trying to decide whether not to look deeper into Masuru-san's state of mind, Fuka-san gets up from her operator's seat and beckons
What
me
is
over.
it? If we can put Labras aside for a moment, are you going to be alright without having any maintenance done on you, I guess? What do you mean? I read the documents on your new equipment. At first I assumed it was referring to that large gun, but it's actually... that. True. There have been no tests confirming that it is capable of being used in an actual combat situation.
What, I guess got a new gun?
But we face a powerful foe this time.
A really big fucking machine gun.
Is it even possible? If even one thing were to go wrong...
Fuka-san's face clouds as she looks at me. I can't be confident that I'll be alright, and I'm unable to tell her a pleasant lie to calm her down. In any case, I only pray that a situation that requires me to use my new equipment never arises. Dun dun dun. Both of us are tense as we prepare to depart.
Milady, a change of clothes has been laid out in your car.
It's the same ones as you're wearing right now. Another skin-tight bodysuit. Yes, that is my favorite.
I see. Thank you.
I've also prepared Akihiko-san's favorite protein drink, and Fuka-san has been preparing a playlist suitable for a road trip in her room.
Can't stop me now.
That will be all, Kikuno.
Very well. Pardon me.
As expected from Kikuno-san, she's amazingly considerate as a personal assistant should be, but she can be too thoughtful at times. We learned this for ourselves when she came to accept us as people who are precious to Mitsuru.
Let's start this over, shall we? Shadow operatives, let's mobilize.
Thanks to Kikuno-san, the tension in the air subsides a bit, but we cannot allow our attention to wander just now. Upon completing our preparations for departure, we immediately make our way to Inaba. Yes, go! Slay them all! Slay them all! Up, back in our big-ass limo.
Why are we taking this car again, Mitsuru?
Because it can also transform into a fucking plane. Wings pop out the side. Holy shit! I know, this is what money can do. You should think about that, Akihiko, and looks at his, like, shitty little drabby cape. Akihiko-san grumbles from the backseat of the Shadow Operative's personal limousine. not sure how to put this, but I find that his feelings are justified. Oh yeah, I got my rap going. Yeah.
Don't question it, Akihiko. There was no time to prepare a vehicle with the same equipment. Speaking of appearances, are you gonna wear that again?
There was no time for the artist to draw a new background.
Sure. There's a chance that we'll have to fight after all. These clothes give me the flexibility I need.
Show off my massive pecs.
Impressive, Akihiko-san. You never change. Still, to think that the culprit would make a move so soon. We've completely lost the initiative.
Indeed. We need to begin taking measures right now. I only hope no danger comes to Narukami and his friends.
Oh, please. Danger follows us around like, I don't know, like a something. Miss Urasani seems deeply agitated. During the car ride, she seemed distracted. At times, she would flip through the thick file in her lap, and suddenly give an order to a subordinate. And at other times, she would stare intently at her watch as if lost in thought. Her usual regal composure was gone.
Mitsuru-san, why don't we just ask them to cooperate with us?
Fuck that!
I agree. They seem pretty strong.
No, they're still young. If I asked for their assistance, it would waste time better spent in school. Worse yet, it would put them in danger.
Some of you guys said, I think these guys were actually in their 20s, which kind of like, really? I thought it's only been like 3 years, right? Or since the last game, I think? I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I don't want anyone else to have to go through that anymore.
I didn't think they were that old, though.
I understand how you feel, but they don't seem like the kind who'd listen. No, we were the same way back then.
Yeah, we didn't give a fuck. Mitsuru-san fell silent. It's likely not a mistake to think that the sudden spike in shadow activity this time is related to the events of a few days ago. It has become apparent to everyone that another dangerous battle is about to begin.
We have new information. Kikuno sent me a message. I tasked Kikuno with reviewing Ergo Research's quarantine server, but it seems new evidence has come to light regarding IKUTSUKI, who we discussed in our earlier conversation. According to the report, it seems IKUTSUKI was performing an experiment on his own in the lab directly after the explosion. It's unknown if this is related to our current mission, but there was a record of a plume of dust being used in the experiment.
Okay, this just making it sound like it is. He's saying we're on his own. So he is his biological father. I swear they said something earlier where they were like, that made it sound like he wasn't, but okay.
A plume of dusk.
Plume of dust, sweet mother, Mary and Joseph. An object that blurs the line between matter and information and is fitted into anti-shadow weapons like myself. It forms to the core of our personality modules and what allows us to control personas, even though we are machines.
So, what are the details of this experiment? Nothing good, I bet.
IKUTSUKI was...
Mrs. Engine suddenly roars, running out further conversation. It seems the road we were taking has begun to climb a steep hillside. Its car takes a winding road up the slope, but I can look down through the window and see lush trees along the mountainside. Oh? For a moment I thought I sensed a shadow reading. Could it have just been in my imagination?
Yamagishi, tell me our current location.
One moment. I'm looking it up now.
Middle of buttfuck nowhere.
We're currently in Inaba Pass. We're almost at the target coordinates.
All according to Aizen's plan. That'd be funny if Aizen just randomly shows up and...
What is this?
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Was that?
What's wrong?
Oh shit!
An ambush?
What's happening? Driver, what's going on? Answer me!
Ah!
It's just like during the hijacking.
Oh, he's got controlled, I see.
Ibis, on it!
Sorry, but I have to murder you now.
A barrier!
Are we trapped?
Oh! Ooh! Shodan fucked us up. That's kind of badass, though. Okay, so I guess maybe they do. I guess they do still end up getting captured. So maybe it still follows along the same kind of plot points, but it's a little different. Battle with Merline. It's just gonna be. She said she was actually cast as the real Pink Phoenix Ranger, so it's gonna probably be kind of funny.
Here we go. Feathered chain.
Yes! This is just how Johnny Young Bosch started his career too.
Featherman victory!
Fuck yeah! Oh!
You've come to fight me, Featherman!
Merlion, the evil forces have fallen. Stop here.
How dare you oppose me? Minions, get them!
Get him! I bet Johnny Young Bosch is the Black Ranger there. That'd be awesome.
No!
Merlion, prepare for justice.
Don't be so sure.
Oh no, colored smoke! Oh man.
Everyone, I've had enough of this.
Oh shit, here we go.
Arrow!
Yukari time!
It's over.
What was the Pink Ranger ever the main character in Power Rangers? Oh! Cool people don't look at explosions.
Perfect. What a take.
Thank you very much.
Oh my god, he's dead!
Done. That looked really great. Can somebody get word on
I think he is dead, actually. Nobody fucking cared. Help me, please! That wasn't special effects, it was all real! That was cool, though.
Let's take a 10-minute break.
When the director calls us out, the tension in the area dies away. I make my way to the simple tent used as our break room and take a sip of my drink. My scenes for today are done.
I'm tired.
I see, so she did end up coming straight from this set. That's why she's wearing that outfit. Okay.
You're on a roll, Featherpink.
Huh? Do you think so?
The directors had nothing but good things to say, too. Looks like this will have a positive effect on your main job. Speaking of your next shoot.
My main job, my real job is supposed to be studying in college. However, so for my browse, my manager excitedly tells me about the schedule for my next gig. I'd always had interest in fashion, and so I started taking modeling jobs as a way to earn some pocket money. It's pretty tough since I've had to do things like pose in the middle of winter in just a t-shirt, but thankfully I've been able to get a steady flow of commissions now. Trying to manage both classwork and my job as a model was hardly hard enough when my manager applied for an audition for a live-action show without my consent, claiming that I should broaden my work horizons. When I mentioned I had practiced archery in high school, it really got their attention. And I mentioned I also fought evil demon monsters that really got their attention. Like, wow, that's like what Archer's about. It all made sense to me when I learned the Featherpink weapons would be a bow and arrow, though. As a result, I ended up as a protector of Earth in a kid's superhero show starting this year. Dude, actually, I just out of curiosity, because I couldn't remember, like, I watched Power Rangers, I loved Power Rangers as a kid. And I was like, I couldn't remember if Johnny Young Bosch was actually in Power Rangers when I was watching it, and it's like, oh, he was, and then like I recognized him, and I just had this fucking huge flow of nostalgia. Like he was in the movie, the Power Rangers movie, which I watched like a million times as a kid. I was like, oh, that's right. Oh, look, it's Johnny Young Bosch. It's awesome. While my acting work makes up use of different expressions, and my modeling career lets me dress up in a lot of different clothing, it kind of makes me feel like I'm changing who I am too. It's insanely busy, but it's fulfilling and fun. And yet...
What's wrong? Something troubling you?
Oh, not really.
I checked my cell phone, and Masura Senpai still hasn't sent me a response. I have tomorrow off, so I emailed her earlier asking if she'd like to spend some time with me and go shopping. She's been contacting me less and less often recently, and when she does, it's because of shadows. I'm one of the shadow operatives, a group established by Masura-san, Senpai. I understand she wants us all to be able to have normal lives, and she said that she wouldn't hesitate to ask for my help if she ever needed it. But it still seemed to me that she was taking everything on her by herself. That attitude didn't satisfy me, so I forced her to add me on to her team. However, unlike Igus and the other official members, I'm a part of a special unit that only gathers in emergencies, trusted with immediately subduing shadows by force. What'd she call it? The auxiliary staff? Something like that, anyway. It's wonderful that there have been no situations that called for us to be dispatched, and even if something like that did arise, the official shadow operators are all excellent. There's no need to worry with the likes of Akiko Senpai and Igus around. But
is it really that hard to just send back a reply? It's Golden Week, for God's sake.
What's this? Don't tell me you've got some boyfriend trouble.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that.
no, my boyfriend's dead. He's like, I don't know. He's been made into the gatekeeper friend. prevent Satan from coming out and blowing up the world. Oh, that happens to all of us, dear.
We normally talk when we see each other, so I never doubted my friendship with her. Still, when things remain unsettled, it's unsatisfying. We have to get on her case about taking everything on all by herself again. Oh, there's something loud going on outside.
What? What's this helicopter doing here? Is there a helicopter in this shooting script?
Huh?
The sound gets closer to the tense walls and roof begin to undulate with an intense wind. I rush outside, see the crew are all looking up and causing commotion.
Oh my god, what's that?
I look up, there's a black helicopter descending towards the ground, dangling a rope ladder. Lady in the pilot seat sees me and gestures me towards the ladder. Oh. At that moment, it all becomes clear. I know only have only one person who would do this.
Glad she came, but she's making too big of a scene.
Pleased now by the utter absurdity of the situation, before I knew it, I'm already running towards the ladder. Except it's Labrys in there, I think. Oh. That's it? Really? Alright, well, let's see what Ken's doing. The honor student. Oh, looks like he's playing some soccer. Okay, he's actually at GeckoCon High now. Oh, yeah. Hey, fuck you. Oh, shit. He's got old ladies, too.
Oh my gosh, I just want to take him behind the bleachers and...
Thanks for cheering for me. You're a real hit with the ladies.
And even some of the guys.
I'm gonna get going for today. Okay, you better be this good next time, too. Leave it to me.
Damn, it does seem like he's gotten pretty arrogant, though, doesn't he? He's like, God, I'm awesome. He's like, I should have my own game. Heck, Armaro. Got my old hood. He's got his old hoodie on. Oh, that is so cute. I can't even, like, he's wearing his old little hoodie and, like, oh my god. Still some time until dinner, so I decided to leave the dorm again with Koromaru. I could tell they were in the same dorm, too, that you're in Persona 3. I love it. I love it. The GeckoCon dormitory is where we live. Yep, and it was briefly closed after Mitsuru-san and the others graduated. All the equipment from a few years ago was removed, of course, but with the increase in students at GeckoCon, they decided to reopen the dorm. I applied for a room as soon as I heard. Oh, that's right. Originally, that dorm was only meant for the Persona users. The reason I did was because of Koromaru. He had been in Agasa-san's care, but at this dorm, he'd be allowed to live with me. Also, to be honest, I felt that living here lets me stay close to my companions who are fighting even now. Back then, everyone took turns walking Koromaru. Now it's my job. The path to the nearby Naganaki Shrine is Koromaru's usual route. I remember you could actually, at nighttime in P3, you could take Koromaru out for walks, and he would... Occasionally, he would find items, and he would also, you could also run into, like, other social links that are out and about and, like, help you, like, get closer to them. Koromaru's quite old for a dog, but as he trots along at his usual pace along our usual path, it makes me think for a moment that all the fighting back when he was then was just a dream. Yeah, actually, I guess he would, I mean, if really it's been more than 3 years, which seems like it must be, alright? I mean, if they're really in their 20s, then yeah, he would be pretty old. Only when I'm watching Koromaru walk like this can I forget everything and feel a little at ease. Oh, Naganaki Shrine. We pass through the gateway at the entrance and step onto the shrine grounds. Since it's nearly sundown, there's nobody but us at the serene ground. I sit down on a bench inside of myself. Koromaru notices, though, and immediately rushes over to nuzzle my leg.
It's nothing, Koromaru.
Neat. Even while I'm saying it, I'm sure Koromaru can see through my words. I can't understand him in the same way Aga-san can, but even I can tell what Koromaru is thinking. I bet Koromaru as he looks up at me with a worried whine, and I put my hand in my pocket to pull out the Shadow Operative badge that Mitsuru-san had given me. Koromaru wears the same badge on his collar.
Even if she gave me this, I know it's just for show. I bet everyone else is working hard right now.
This morning I got a call from Sanada-san for the first time in a long while. It seems he'd come back to Japan just from a year-long training journey. Wandering the world? I knew he was the kind of person who would put himself through anything in order to get stronger, but this is the sort of thing that you can only hear about in stories. Sanada-san told me that he had gone to see Mitsuru-san directly after his return to the country, but had been immediately dispatched to an emergency. He's currently busy with that, so he just said that he would tell me more about his trip some other time. I know that being a shadow operative must be tough, but he seems so excited when talking about them. So it's like, I get these pent-up feelings inside.
I'm a member too, you know.
I'm a big boy too. A member, yes, but only as part of a secondary unit that only gets called out in extreme situations. Being part of a special suppression unit has a cool ring to it that I like. But the official shadow operatives are each given a unique number. For example, Aga-san is member number 5. We don't have that. We're just auxiliary members. I haven't been called to action yet, and I doubt I ever will be until after I graduate high school. After all, I did promise Mitsuru-san I would try to live out my childhood as much as I could.
I'm just for show too.
In following that promise to try as much as I could, I've been acting like a child on the surface. An average middle school student, studying, helping out with club activities, and even taking part in student council. But I haven't officially joined any clubs, and the reason why is because I asked Mitsuru-san to call me for help if she ever needed me. I know that an organization under the police would be able to command an underage person, let alone someone in middle school. I'm only a shadow operative for show, and only a child for show. If this continues, I won't know when I'll ever be able to go back to who I really am.
Making my life my own is actually pretty hard. Sometimes I lose sight of what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think back on the words that the person who saved my life left me. I thought I'd come to understand them sometime, but as time passed, other emotions began to rear their heads.
It's completely dark now. We should head back home, Koromaru.
Is that referring to Shinji? Shinji? No. Maybe, I don't know. Is that what that guy's name was? I think it's what you guys told me his name was. I couldn't remember. Aw. Oh, Koromaru loves you. I wonder if I will be left behind like this. Would things actually be better if I just forgot about everything? But could I live with myself if I had the power to fight but did nothing with it? It's like, I got fucking lightning powers, man. Come on. And wind, I think, no, it was like lightning or physical attacks or something. I've been thinking a lot about that. I stand up from the bench and look across the dark, quiet temple grounds. I won't reach an answer just by thinking about it. I know that, but at that moment... Koromaru suddenly barks at me. It's been a while since I heard him bark like this. He's been getting more and more mellow these days. What's this sound? Some rhythmic noises approaching from up above. The wind gets stronger and the trees around the temple begin to rustle. Dun 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 dun. That's the football song. I don't know why I hummed that one. I look up into the sky and a bright light turns on high above. As my eyes adjust, I see a previously hidden black helicopter in the otherwise pitch black sky. It's like something out of a movie. Is it the military? No, it can't be right. As if to answer my doubts, the searchlight streams down, pitting shadows to the ground. Something happened. That's my first thought. I don't know what, but for some reason I sense elation rising up through my body.
Let's go, Koromaru.
How is Koromaru going to climb the ladder? I grip my shadow operative badge tightly, then thrust it back in my pockets and take a deep breath, run towards the helicopter. Okay, so he was in the helicopter as well, I guess. Or at least in this version he is. What we got now? Labris? Yes, I knew it. Labris' dream. Oh, and also, Junpei's dreams! Ooh, I want to go Labris or Junpei's dreams. Yeah, let's go with Labris. Oh, hey, he's in a baseball stadium. Oh, this is her dreaming about her little buddy. Her little buddy, it looks like her, probably.
Where am I?
Blue skies and azure ocean spread out before my eyes. A gentle breeze brushes my cheek, and as I stand on a blindly glistening beach, the sun shining from above. The sound of the waves is calming. Oh, she looks human again.
What am I doing here? Wasn't I going through maintenance at Mitsuru-san's place?
I trust my memories with a hint of bewilderment. Because I have been severely damaged in the recent battles, I was to undergo full repairs at the laboratory in the Shadow Operatives facility. I was placed into a protective case, and then Fukusan explained what was going to happen while I guess stood nearby.
Oh, this must be a dream then.
That means I can do whatever the fuck I want! Woo! Just flies around. I think I remember the sensation, similar to something I've experienced a number of times before. Fukusan said that she would shut down my consciousness during maintenance, thus I shouldn't be able to dream. Is this a random phenomenon occurring during my reboot process?
I'm dressed like this again.
Nah. I'm wearing a uniform from Segami High. My arms are human arms. Since what's in one's heart can be reflected in dreams, this must be one of my desires. Still, no, it's nothing but an illusion. I understand, and I won't deny it any longer. This really isn't an appearance that I wanted to recall so soon after what happened yesterday. But it seems the me deep within my heart won't let me be that way. Still, gazing at this scenery, I cease to care about such things. I take a step towards the pier that juts out from the beach, then turn my attention to my internal GPS.
Guess there's no use doing something like that in a dream.
I don't need my GPS to know what this place is. It's where I hid a certain wish in my heart sometime long
So
ago.
beautiful. If this really is a dream, maybe I can keep going.
Just while I think that, the pier under my feet crumbles and disappears without a sound. Just like that, the azure waters swallow me. Ah. Sunlight becomes dim, but I feel no anxiety. A mysterious sensation envelops me, as if everyone is near me and I've connected with everyone. Eventually, when the feeling of floating becomes stronger and I lose all sense of up and down, the sea changes into a field of countless lights in the darkness. Ooh.
Now, where could this be?
Is Elizabeth gonna show up?
It seems I
I
have
knew
all
it!
guessed. Oh,
I fucking knew it!
you're that misrepresent. No. Press stand? Ah, yes, Miss President. We met the other day.
Hi, Elizabeth. I turn toward the voice and see a familiar woman in blue dress. It's Elizabeth. She gave me a word of caution during yesterday's battle when I had been turning my eyes away from my true self. This is an unexpected reunion with the person who appeared before me like a storm and left with the same amount of force.
Hi. Thanks a bunch for back then. I didn't get to thank you properly at the time.
I thought you were kind of a weirdo before back then.
You faced yourself and overcame the ordeal through your strength alone. And the feelings of those at the scene certainly helped as well. Still, my assistance was merely the cake under the ice.
Under the ice? I don't know what that means, but this place is beautiful.
This is a world within people's hearts. Since you are here, it's most likely that you are at rest in the real world. Now that you have gained a heart of your own and are nurturing it, I wouldn't be surprised if you were to wander here at times.
That all sounds pretty complicated. What are you doing here, Elizabeth?
To put it as Frank would, it is a secret. But if there was something I could say about it, I am yearning for an unseen power.
As Frank would? Oh, to be frank about it. Oh, Elizabeth, you're so fucking funny.
Huh? You want power too? Even though you're insanely strong already?
Oh, all this talk of power has reminded me of something. It seems you have obtained a new power through that battle earlier. I do not mean to be rude, but my adorable personality cannot restrain my infinite curiosity for such things. Would you show it to me?
Huh? Wait. Hey, hold on now. Are you saying you want to fight me right this minute?
My, how could I have forgotten? A boisterous brawl in this place would certainly not be elegant.
It's Elizabeth. Every time she shows up, she's just like, hey, you want to fight?
I'm not talking about where we are.
Just murder each other. Well, technically it's a dream, so, you know.
Worry not. I will prepare a worthy stage at once.
Wait, you'll what? Huh?
By the way, I'm still playing on hard mode, just so you guys know, so. Maybe that's why a lot of you guys were like, God, Hino Kagutsuki was so easy. I don't know, maybe because I was playing on hard mode, it was a lot more difficult. My biggest issue was I just couldn't get, I didn't realize that I had him with X attacks and not square attacks. But you guys give me some tips. Apparently I should just keep hitting him, just fuck trying to stay away from him. Should be hitting him with X and not square. And it should like, sort of like phase him, I believe. So, apparently I'm supposed to fight him again in this one, so I'll have to remember that for next time. She flips open the book with a fluid motion. She does, a blue circle draws itself into the air, and the scenery around us changes.
Woo! Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo!
This
Oh, yeah.
place.
Let's go back here again. That's really nice. Oh, wait, the song. Tranquil ocean-like area changes into a familiar place. It's the announcement room of the school that I had created. Beyond the glass and the red stinging windows hang the corpses of my sisters I destroyed with my own hands. I feel a lump in my throat as the memories come back to me. I look down and see that my body has turned to its cold white metallic one.
Oh,
This is my true
are
form.
you a bit shaken? My apologies, but it seems we're being pressed for time.
Before I can sort out my emotions, the aura I feel from Elizabeth begins to intensify.
Without
She's
further
coming.
ado, here I come. Your fate is in the cards.
It's time. Come, Thanatos.
Finally!
Alright, let's do this.
Let's go. Watch your feet. My attack.
Nope.
You're frozen now.
Ah,
fate
no,
will
damn it.
see.
Nice move. Oh, fuck.
Here is some electricity.
No!
Let's change up the fight. Impressive. Is this beat too soon? Not impressive. Opening my deck.
Uh-oh.
Let there be light. Give it up.
Oh, no, back up.
Please look at summoning.
Don't let that move hit you.
Please Please do watch
That's
Persona.
Mama hate Mahama Hoo Baba Baby Dibba Doo.
Change things up.
Stop it.
Now,
No,
my
stop
turn.
it. Bad Thanatos. Alright. Time to kick it up a notch. Brutal impact. Or we did this thing. Try this. Ah, fuck you. Jumping, my weakness, my one weakness.
Persona card.
No.
God of Death. Thanatos.
Don't do that.
Here is some electricity.
Shit. No. I'm fucking out. Damn it. Elizabeth kicked my ass. Blah, 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 blah.
Finally.
Right, come on.
Watch your feet. Oh my. Your fate is in the deep frozen. Seriously? Here is some electricity.
There we go. Oh, have I done her move? I have actually, haven't I? Damn it. Fuck it, I'm gonna try it.
Opening my door.
God dang it, Thanatos, stop headbutting me.
What as I anticipated. Great forgiveness.
Penalty.
Opening my door.
Negative penalty.
Over here. You're frozen now.
Stop it.
Summoning. Warning.
Kill her. Yes. I don't care. Fucking die, Elizabeth. Fucking die.
You'll need punishment.
She's just lying on the ground. It's like she's waiting for it.
Oh yeah, I like this massage.
Ooh. She was kicking my ass. God dang.
Well done. I have indeed witnessed the power you have acquired.
While I was preoccupied with finding Elizabeth, I remembered something. She's strong as fuck now. This is the place where I faced myself and gained something precious and irreplaceable. Yukun, Mitsuru-san, and all the others. Imagining their faces caused my mysterious strength to well up from within me.
Have I gotten stronger?
Elizabeth smiled. She calmly returns to the conversation we had been having.
Whether you can accomplish your wish and your heartfelt promise is up to you. If you can't do it, no one else will be able to do it for you. But from a different perspective, that means that anything is possible depending on you. Don't you think it could be perceived that way?
If I do it.
That is correct. Though, it would be most important to prioritize overcoming the ordeal that is coming your way.
Huh? What ordeal? Isn't this just a dream?
The ordeal that has made itself known quite close by. I bid you good luck.
Wait, hold on! What's this ordeal you're talking about? What do you mean?
Fairly well. That's where the room begins to fade into white and fade to white and disappear into the distance. And I hear a siren-like sound. As if in sync with the siren, Elizabeth begins to grow hazy as well.
You have to tell me more!
My voice lost in the warning snap crashed over me like waves. I just need to talk to her just a little part.
Ah, I'm naked.
Oh, that's right, she's not wearing her uniform. The moment after everything goes white, the laboratory appears in my vision. Your piercing wheel sound fills the air. It's the real world.
You're finally up and running.
Hey!
Seriously, I'm terrible with machines.
It's that guy. I can't remember your name. I look towards this voice. I see an unfamiliar man in a black pinstripe suit, looking snazzy. The man looks frustrated as he fumbles with my case, still connecting the wires leading from the terminals to my body.
So how about it? Can you move?
Who are you?
I'm Kurosawa.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what a police detective is?
We're sorry. I've no memory of this man, but for some reason I didn't recognize his name. This must be information that was inserted in my knowledge database. Oh, thank God that siren sound stopped. That was really annoying. Beginning personnel scan, matching iris and voice print identified. Detective Kurosawa.
Are you with Mitsuru-san and them?
Something like that.
As far as I can find in the database, he seems to be a person who can be trusted. He has a long history of private and public interaction with Mitsuru-san and the other shadow operators.
I'll make this quick. There's an emergency. The car that the lady, that Mitsuru Kirijo was in, has gone missing.
Mitsuru-san? What do you mean?
Emergency, she's missing. Only after hearing this do I pause to re-examine my surroundings. My siren must be in response to these ongoing events. I'm able to get a grasp of the situation and let me become more confused. Son of a bitch!
We'll talk later. We need to get to the roof.
Get to the chopper! As he speaks, Detective Kurosawa tosses me a small bundle. Haha!
Hoping to find the Segami High uniform I've been wearing in my dream. So you want me to wear this? Wear it for me. It makes Kurosawa happy. Though I'm still perplexed, I put on the uniform Taika Kurosawa gave me and follow him as he runs to the stairway. He's like, put this on. They don't want... The artists don't want to draw more the sprite in another outfit. I see that his gun is drawn, so we bound up the stairs, and I just really asked him the questions boiling my mind.
Are Mitsuru-san and the others okay? Who took them?
Go quietly. We've got to hurry here. We were being pursued, too.
Oh, right. I think this is when the security team, or security, public safety, that's it, are coming in, too. Taking it back for a moment, the Shadow Operators may be part of the National Police Agency, but their existence has been kept hidden from the civilian population. Slab's very existence should be hidden from ordinary people, and yet it has been attacked.
Hey, I could...
Don't. The ones coming after us are human.
Yep.
On top of that, they're from public safety.
It's like confusing me even more. What's going on here? The public safety group are at the very top of the National Police Agency's security bureau. They should be on our side. Why would they be coming after us? Fuck the police. By my lip in fear, I thought that I'd finally met people who understood me, and that finally found a place where I belong. Yet now I've been awakened, I've been being pursued by armed people once more. People who are supposed to be on our side at that. Painful memories of Yakushima return my mind. I shake my head trying to clear it of these thoughts, but it's not that easy. At that moment, Detective Kurosawa speaks up as he can see through my emotions.
I know it has to be tough, but bear with it. That's how you live, by fighting.
This guy's kind of badass, isn't he? He's kind of badass looking. I got wrinkles. I've got bad wrinkles. His words snap me out of my reverie. That's right, the world isn't always filled with things like this. There are people who understand me and accept me, and they're all staying right by my side. Had I not made my own decision to protect these people...
Kurosawa-san. Say, want to take a shortcut to the roof?
With that, pick up Kurosawa-san and run ahead. I'm going to do everything I can.
Hey, what are you...
I pick him up like a newborn baby. I jump in, ignite the boosters on my back, and then kick off the wall. It's a bit of a rough move, but I've determined that it's in our best interest to proceed as quickly as possible in this situation.
Woo! Here we go!
We shoot up the stairs to the next landing, where I kick the wall again and descend us flying up the staircase in the opposite direction. I've read this a number of times. We're rocketing us up an extremely long staircase, allowing us to reach the door to the roof in less than a minute. It's gotta be a record.
You've got some nerve.
Sorry, but...
It's fine. Looks like I can trust you to get things done.
Taika Kurosawa seems pale, but he still stands up, and I see strength of will in his eyes as he speaks to me.
From here on, this is a battle that only you can fight.
When he opens the door slightly, the chilly air from outside rushes through
I'm
the
putting
gap.
their lives in your hands.
Kurosawa-san opens the door fully, and the wind whips at us. Oh. A lot of animated scenes. I'm loving it. Oh, shit. Halt in the name of love.
Go now!
Fly! Jump.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh!
Kikuru-san, let's go!
Oh, okay. I guess Labras wasn't in the helicopter until just I see. She was the last one to get picked up.
Looks like we managed to get away.
We got out in time. It's nice to meet you, Labras. I'm Yukari Takiba.
Strangely dressed woman.
Oh, yes.
I'm Kanamata. Wow, so it's true that you're like Aigus-san.
I'm a dog!
Oh, and this is Koromaru.
Huh? A dog?
He's not just a pet. Koromaru might not look like it, but he can fight as well.
I wonder if Labras can understand like Koromaru like Ayas can. Oh. Beginning personnel scans. Everyone in this helicopter seems to be a member of the Shadow Operatives. According to the new data I was given during my repairs, they were all given Mitsuru-san's friends since high school. These people are all comrades who have fought alongside Mitsuru-san each other.
Takeba-san? You're dressed in a kinda interesting way.
Huh? Oh, this? Yeah, I got picked up suddenly from my job, and I didn't have any time to change. I bet I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Also, you can just call me Yukari. I hope we get along, Labras.
But to think that organization would come after us now at such an important time. If Kurosawa-san hadn't gotten that tip, we'd be doomed.
Hey, right. What's going on with those guys? Who are they again?
Public safety? Oh, that's right. You don't know.
Keiko politely explains the situation to me. Some people in the public safety department don't think well of the shadow operatives. Mitsuru-san and the others went missing. Public safety took advantage of this confusion and attempted to take control of the shadow operatives' headquarters. They've been trying to remove Mitsuru-san from her position and shut up the lab in an attempt to confiscate me for evidence. To move this quickly after she disappeared, though, public safety must have some way of knowing what's going on within the shadow operatives.
They say Mitsuru-san set everything up. She would never. I can't understand it either. All this about honor and adult circumstances is foolish.
Yeah, but there are some people in public safety who don't agree with that. Or else Kurosawa-san wouldn't have gotten that anonymous tip.
Oh, that reminds me. I wonder if Kurosawa-san's okay.
Nick.
Koromaru says that he's alright.
Huh? Can you understand dogs too, Yukari-san?
Well, no, but I've known Koromaru for a while, and that just seems like what he's saying. I'm sure Kurosawa-san will be just fine.
Koromaru-san's wife fur reminds me of something. Snowy, my friend who I met on the southern island. That's right, Snowy! I can tell from Yukari-san's words that all the other people here in this helicopter know each other very well.
So where are we going now anyway? We're gonna go look for Mitsuru-san and them, right?
Right. It looks like there was an increased shadow reading someplace called Inaba, and they were headed there. We'll go that way for now.
Inaba.
That place again?
This could be a continuation of the events from yesterday. An ordeal. Elizabeth's words from my dream echo my mind.
Don't look so gloomy. I'm sure Mitsuru-senpai's fine. She's got Akihiko-senpai, Fuka, and even Igus with her after all. Oh, right. You're Igus' sister, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I was made just before her, though.
You seem so stiff. You don't need to be so polite with us.
I heard that you were an earlier model than Igus-san, but you don't seem less advanced at all. You seem perfectly normal. Do you fight with that axe you're carrying? Could I touch it?
Can I touch your boobs? Do you have real boobs?
I have metal robo-boobs.
Those are just fun. Oh. Sorry. The two of them are interacting with me quite normally, even though they know I'm a machine. Even though they must know what happened in Inaba and about my past. That acceptance makes me happy. Koromaru is gazing intently at me, too.
Yukari-san, have you been able to make contact with Iori-san?
Voice from the cockpit interrupts us. Kikuno-san, Mitsuru-san's maid, is in the pilot seat. She seems demure, but if she can pilot a helicopter like this, her skills seem to have no limits. Seriously. But I've been told that Kikuno-san isn't a Persona user. Oh, alright. But isn't it dangerous for her to come with us in a situation like this? If that's the case, then how did she manage to pilot the helicopter when I thought all the people who weren't Persona users were disappeared during the red fog? Stop asking questions, just accept it.
I completely forgot. Hold on a sec.
Yukari-san pulls out her cell phone. It seems that they're trying to meet with Junpei Iori, another part-time shadow operative, and also a fellow comrade since high school. So Yukari-san's on the phone, and I decided to ask Kikuno-san about the doubts I have.
Saikawa-san, you're not a Persona user, are you?
Please call me Kikuno. And no, I only have the potential towards the Dark Hour.
Oh, I didn't know you had that. Even the maids in the Kirijo family are amazing.
What does that mean? The potential towards the Dark Hour?
So that means you can't fight shadows, right? Then ain't it dangerous for you to come along?
What does that mean? However, the correct information, the grotesque monsters known as shadows, our enemies, can only be defeated by people who can use personas. In other words, since Kikuno-san is an ordinary human, she could never defeat a shadow, even if she was the most proficient warrior in the world. If she ever encountered a shadow on her own, Kikuno-san would face immediate death. And yet she smiles warmly.
There are more ways to deal with shadows than the direct method. We've never met in person, but I was involved in the operation to rescue you last time. We all do whatever we can to the best of our abilities to fulfill the roles we've been given. That is what it means to fight.
Wow, she's a true professional.
To be honest, I don't understand. True, Kikuno-san is helping us by piloting the helicopter for us. If that's all it took, then someone could easily program me with the ability to fly the helicopter, and there would be no need for Kikuno-san to be exposed to the danger of having to join in this operation. I can't think of any other words to say, and I look away from her. I end up meeting Ken-kun's eyes, and I feel a little awkward.
It's no use. He's not picking up. This is so important. Why now?
She'd be fucking up somewhere. Yukari-san puts down her phone and turns to us again. One's attention returns to getting up to speed on the current situation.
Oh, well. We'll just have to begin our search on our own.
You know, Kikuno-san, I'm surprised you knew where we were without having to contact us at all.
I traced the GPS signals from your cell phones. We're still partners with the police force, so it's no problem to do that in an emergency. Then again, we've just seen how even that doesn't always help.
You mean about Junpei-san?
It's like he's going out of his way to inconvenience us.
That's Junpei. Kikari-san's size with a somewhat astounded expression. As I reflect that this Junpei-san appears to be something of an odd person, Kikuno-san taps her armrest as if remembering.
Oh dear, I almost forgot. Labra-san, please review these documents until we arrive at our destination.
Classified. With that, Kikuno-san hand me a folder.
Fuka-san asked me to tell you about this, but under the circumstances, would you please look through the material on your own?
As I flip through the documents in the thick file, I notice that certain names appear again and again. Mitsuru Akihiko and the names of everyone here. What is this?
It's a summary of the activities that took place 3 years ago.
3 years ago? You must mean... I see. Whoever's behind what's going on is definitely connected to those events.
That's right, so it's only been 3 years. They're not that old! Alright, they must have been like, what, 16? So they should be like 19. So they're not that old. I don't know. It shouldn't be like 25 or anything. I mean, like they're acting like they're like. I mean, first off, they have to be like, you youngins and shit. I don't think anyone probably should even say that until they're probably in their 40s or something. But like, I don't know. Japanese people see things differently, I suppose. Once you've hit 20, you're already fucking old. You're old as fuck. 3 years ago refers to the incident leading to Mitsuru-san and the rest meeting one another. I haven't had a chance to go over it in detail, but supposedly it's the case that became the impetus for Mitsuru-san to establish the Shadow Operatives. The bonds that they have formed among each other, they were nurtured through the battles they took part in back then. See, such deep connections look radiant in my eyes. It's sad that it's important that I learn more about what happened then. As important as learning more about who or whatever is behind the events going on now. If I just wanted information on it, I could easily just transfer that data directly into my memory. But by actively reading it like this, I'll be able to understand what happened. Her thoughtfulness of treating me the same as a person makes me happy. I see, that's what Mitsuru-san was talking about earlier. Kikuno-san glanced at me once more and nodded slightly as if in approval.
I think it looks good on you. A proper appearance is important when going out on a grand stage.
Yeah. Does she mean the uniform I'm wearing? Oh, I get it. She must have been the one who prepared the Yasugami high that Kurosawa-san gave me. Her sudden compliment is a little embarrassing, but I can't help but smile. I mean, this uniform, to me, it's proof of my connection to Yukun and his friends. Kikuno-san reacts with a smile, a small smile, and then produces some other items.
Ken-san, I have acquired evokers and suitable weapons for you.
A gun.
Wow, thank you! This would be the best for me.
Spear time. Kenkun takes a spear from Kuno-san and sits back with a satisfied expression. The spear is longer than Kenkun is tall, but he seems confident. Dude, that's how it was back when he was like, when he was even smaller, he had a fucking spear that long. It was ridiculous. Was this weapon be too unwieldy for him to handle?
Kikuno-san, what is this?
Kikuno-san hands Yukari-san what appears to be a large pink bow that perfectly matches the suit she's wearing. I'm not saying Yukari-san looks baffled.
It's the ultimate arrow!
No way!
It's so pink.
It's so beautiful.
I acquired reference material from the publisher and had it made. Don't worry. It's more functional than the prop on your show.
I'm pretty sure that makes it the best bow ever created, but...
In actual combat, I thought that using a form factor you're comfortable with would be best.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to have a logical explanation like that.
It's also pretty and pink, and I like that.
Was my arrangement unnecessary?
Yeah, it was unnecessary. No, it's fine.
I like it. Can I see it for a moment?
Keisuke reaches towards the bow with interest. I sense the helicopter tilts
We're
slightly to the
circling
side.
around. Please hang on to something.
The helicopter leans more sharply as Kikuno-san speaks. It seems that we need to take one more fuel before we reach Inaba. I reflect on Elizabeth's words as I look down on the view spreading out below us. Reminds me of that mysterious sea-like place. Still going? Oh, we are still going. All right. The air in the helicopter is heavy. Upon reaching the last known location of Mitsuru-san and the others, we immediately saw that the guardrail is broken, as if a car had smashed through it. We looked down the cliff and discovered a black vehicle below, and mistakenly Mitsuru-san's limousine. There were no skid marks on the road that indicated that indicated braking, and the car's body was seriously damaged. It appeared that it had been going at a very high speed when it hit the barrier. It repelled in an instant, and we were all at loss for words. But the driver was the only person in the vehicle, and though he was injured, there was no trace of blood from anyone other than him in the car. We wondered for a moment if the others had been able to leave the vehicle on their own, but if they had, they would have tried to contact us. It also seemed odd that they were left an unconscious, injured man behind. Furthermore, there were no footprints around the vehicle at all. We did another search for the GPS signal, but there were no signs of their whereabouts. That left us only one conclusion.
I hate to think about it, but does this mean that they've been captured?
I guess they do get captured even in this version.
Let us be optimistic and assume that they're still alive. If they were captured, then the enemy values their lives and will do no harm. We do have a chance.
I carried the injured driver from the bottom of the cliff back up to the road. Kakuna-san requested a vehicle to transport him to the hospital under the Kirijo family's care. Kakuna-san made this decision since we wouldn't have been able to explain what happened to a normal ambulance. Also, it's possible that the people from public safety would take him away if we reported this to the authorities. Kakuna-san asked the personnel who arrived with the transport to try to ask the driver about what happened when he regained consciousness. That would likely be difficult, however. If this is similar to what happened last time, the driver would have no memories of the events, much like the people who captured me and transported me to Inaba last time. However, there's no guarantee that the same had happened to hit the limousine driver, not long after we were back in the helicopter, which takes us to where we are now. To be honest, everyone's at a loss about how bad the situation is. Kenku tries to change the topic in an attempt to divert us from our worries.
It's amazing that you know how to pilot a helicopter, Kikuno-san. I heard that it's hard to hover in the mountains. Did you train for that?
Only a couple of years ago, but I have taken part in an assault operation involving a helicopter.
You were in an assault with a helicopter? Where?
Just a high school dormitory.
Huh? Oh yeah, I remember that.
I decided to learn how to pilot in the event that if someone attempted the same move, I would be able to respond properly.
I feel like it's referring to something in Persona 3, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. My understanding has been renewed. It seems that being a maid is a very serious and very difficult occupation.
Oh, damn. Well, I finally got in touch with Junpei. I don't know why, but he's already at Yaso Inaba Station, so I told him to stay there.
What's he doing there?
In any case, we should head to Inaba too. We might find some kind of clue there.
Mitsuru-san's group had gone missing before sunset.
Whoever did this must be the same person who kidnapped Labra-san. It's unthinkable anyone else would be able to do that. The question is what he intends to accomplish by kidnapping them.
Kenku flips through the reports on the events of the case up until now, seemingly lost in thought. What is to be gained by kidnapping Mitsuru-san this time? At that moment, heavy static flickers across the video displays within the helicopter. Doom has come.
Hey, what was that just now? Weren't those the Persona users in Inaba? It showed Mitsuru-senpai and the others, too.
I read the case records. If I recall correctly, was that the Midnight Channel that was being broadcast in Inaba? I was on it too, but it wasn't like that last time.
All of us in the helicopter are utterly confused. Who would broadcast something like that and why? P1 Climax, obviously a continuation of the fighting tournament. Suddenly the monitor switches to another feed.
Yoo-hoo! Have you been well, Labi-chan?
General Teddy? But I thought I already...
General Teddy in the recent P1 Grand Prix, the one calling himself General Teddy turned to be my own shadow. But I accepted my shadow and gained the power to use a persona. But he's on screen again that General Teddy ignores my confusion continues.
There's no way I'd go away so easily. I mean, a P1 without me is like a tuna sandwich without the tuna.
He can hear us? Isn't he that weird Persona user named Teddy?
No, he must be the General Teddy who hosted the fighting tournament last time. The record said he'd been eliminated, though.
And I've got a cigar!
General Teddy, where did you take Mitsuru-san and the others? If you don't give us a good answer, you're gonna pay!
It's past your bedtime, Cubby. If you're gonna keep giving me lip, I'm not going to explain anything.
Explain?
That's right. I mean, the three of you are very important guest stars in the P1 Climax, after all. So you'll participate, of course, right?
Right.
What? What are you after?
If you value the lives of the hostages, you yapping pup, you don't have any choice but to participate.
Huh?
the P1 Climax. It's the end of the world. One-on-one deathmatch that's worthy of the name Climax. And best of all, if you don't win the one-on-one tournament to the finish within the hour, the world will end. No punches pulled this time. I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can. Alrighty then. Time to show off how that special stage is going.
So that's actually Hino Kagetsuchi, but he's like in like a Shadow's body or something temporarily. The video feed switches to something else. Oh. Yep. I still got captured, man. Doom.
Was that Mitsuru Senpai?
Sanada-san, Ida-san, and Fuka-san too.
What will be the fate of our captured queen and her loyal minions? Oh, and this is a no-fly zone. We don't have any room in the parking lot for that thing, so you'd better start walking to the battleground. As a little incentive, Persona! Kintoki Doji! Throw him a tomahawk!
What? That last command for General Teddy, the monitor turns off, and for a moment of silence, Kakuna-san shouts from the cockpit.
No. There really is a missile coming our way. Evasive maneuvers. Brace yourselves.
No, not a missile. It's a fucking tomahawk!
A missile? Ah!
As Kakuna-san shouts, the helicopter makes a sharp turn. We all throw into the side. Whoa. There's a deafening roar, and the helicopter shakes madly, but recovers.
Are we hit? It barely missed, but there's a good chance that it will still detonate.
It exploded! Wait, it's a firework?
Wait, what does he do? Oh, okay. I thought her Teddy was giving him the middle finger, like, oh, fuck you, bitches! The moment after the explosion, General Teddy's face was drawn in the night sky with colorful sparks. He managed to capture his image, taunting his tongue sticking out.
He obviously missed on purpose. It was most likely fired from the direction of Inaba.
That is not funny at all! Is he trying to start a war or something? Wait, what is that?
There's something in the distance. It's huge!
Yukari-san points towards the shape of a gigantic building stretching towards the sky. Something red is writhing around that bizarre structure, trying to envelop the town below.
I'll zoom in.
Fog? Yakuno-san adjusts the monitor that had just been displaying General Teddy's laughing face to show us the enormous structure up ahead. Notice that Yukari-san and Ken-kun both tense up when they catch sight of it.
This is just like Tartarus.
Tartarus. Searching data for Tartarus, results found. Labyrinth that only appears during the dark hour. A breeding ground for shadows? It was also the place where a powerful being was going to descend upon the world to bring about destruction. Documents in my hand have a page dedicated to it as well. What I read there confounds me. 3 years ago, when Mitsuru-san and her companions were in high school, something happened there. All I can gather is that they fought desperately in a tower called Tartarus that resembled the one outside. As the red fog grows thicker, the building that Ken-kun and Yukari-san refer to as Tartarus begins to disappear from our view.
I'm sorry to do this, but I have to withdraw before we're shot down.
But we've come so far!
If they fire another one at us, I won't be able to dodge again. Even if it's only a firework, a direct hit can still bring us down.
Hold on, Kikuno-san. Can you drop low enough somewhere so we can get out?
There's no way. If we land, we'll be sitting ducks.
No, once we're out, you get out of here. You don't need to land.
What are you saying?
Please, do it! Don't worry. Remember, General Teddy asked us to come on foot. We'll manage somehow.
Understood. I'm looking for a landing site. There appears to be a large shopping center nearby.
Dejunez! While dodging explosions from missiles flying mercilessly toward us, the helicopter nosedives, plunging us towards the ground as we move closer to Inaba.
Labyrinth-san, please take this. It may be of use. contains the data that was taken from the Ergonomics Research Laboratory's top-secret files. The creator's name is SHUJI IKUTSUKI.
Ooh. SHUJI IKUTSUKI, the name was also in the documents that Kikuna-san had given me. He betrayed Mitsuru-san at the last moment 3 years ago and revealed himself as an enemy. Ever since the death of Kuatsu Kirijo, the patriarch of the Kirijo family 2 generations ago, this man took the lead in all dangerous events relating to the shadows. That's how dangerous this man is. The documents also say that IKUTSUKI took his own life.
The file name was Project Puppet Master. I'm not entirely sure if that's a code or a description of the project.
Puppet Master? Could that be something to do with me and Aegis?
I was only able to decrypt a portion of it, but it seems to be data on an experiment involving a plume of dusk.
An experiment with a plume of dusk. So, why are you giving this to me?
It may assist you in determining the enemy's identity. Actually, I found traces of an unauthorized attempt to access this file from outside of the Ergo Research Network. I investigated this and found that the requests made to break in originated from this vicinity, likely from within Inaba itself.
Huh? So someone in Inaba knew about that research before all this started and was looking for it?
Kikuna-san nods silently. Of all the files on the quarantine server to go after, if this one was the one specifically targeted, then the hacker must at least have known his presence there. The cyber attack wasn't done by some ordinary hacker who broke into the server and was looking around out of curiosity, which means the hacker is probably either the culprit himself or someone connected to them.
The firewall prevented the intruder from accessing the file, but the attempted hacker didn't even try to cover their tracks.
What? Who would do this?
The hacker didn't even attempt to cover their access to the server. Could that mean they wanted someone to know about the existence of this file, if they failed to access it? That doesn't make much sense at all. Like I said, whatever doubts we have, Kikuna-san continues on.
Fragments, but the name Sho Minazuki appears many times in those files.
Who is he?
Sho Minazuki. I don't know that name. Could that person be the culprit? At the very least, there's no mistake. This person is deeply related to this case.
I'll contact you once we crack the encryption, but in case it becomes difficult to transfer the data to you, I'll give you a copy.
Then I'll download that data into myself and take a look at the parts that you've managed to decrypt.
That would be for the best.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Kikuna-san hands me a memory card. I insert into my memory slot and save the data into my maternal memory. Just as Kikuna-san says, most of his experimental records. One file remains that cannot be read. Project Puppet Master. What's in that file? What the Fruity Pebbles is happening?
We'll be over at Junes Shopping Center in a moment. Everyone, prepare to disembark.
Hold on, over there. Isn't there someone on the rooftop?
We've all peered into the distance. Beyond the haze of the red fog is the Inaba's largest shopping district. My search feels as the place belongs to a chain named Junes. A blurry figure can be vaguely seen on the roof. Yukun? No, it's evil Yukun, probably. For a moment, I think of someone I know well, but the height and the physique of the shape on the roof doesn't resemble anyone. I know. Kenkun raises a pair of binoculars and attempts to make out the figure's face. Ah!
That's impossible!
Hey guys, I'm back!
Huh? What's wrong?
Okay, so I guess he is showing up more often, so not just for the couple of lines he had earlier.
It's IKUTSUKI.
Huh? No way!
SHUJI IKUTSUKI, the name leaves me at loss for words. Perhaps he's mistaken. I open the side door of the helicopter and a strong gust of wind blows in. I ignore the wind and lean out to get a better look at the person on the roof. Boom! The helicopter is suddenly attacked from an unexpected direction. The vehicle sways alarmingly. That wasn't another missile. I look again, I see another shape standing near the figure on the rooftop.
We're under attack! By a persona!
Ah, son of a doodle. That doesn't make sense. According to the records, SHUJI IKUTSUKI was never able to use a persona. Is that man on the roof truly this IKUTSUKI person?
The enemy's preparing for another attack.
Incoming!
Before I can raise an objection, Yukari-san fixes her eyes on the enemy and draws her revoker. As expected from someone who'd been in actual combat for a whole year, she quickly makes a decision.
Little persona!
Yukari-san's finger flexes around the trigger of her revoker, but in the instant before she pulls it, Yukari-san's persona appears, creating a whirlwind around the helicopter that repels the shadow attacking us.
I didn't even use my evoker yet.
Oh. I guess they're learning that they don't need to use their evoker anymore. See, Yukari-san's so bewildered since it chilled down my spine. Being able to summon a persona without the necessary tool to aid in something. Mitsuru-san Aki-san reported a similar unpleasant experience when inside the TV world. This isn't the inside the TV world. As outlandish and threatening as the situation is, there's no doubt that we're in the real world. General Teddy's words come back to me.
I'll make myself clear so that no one misunderstands. This will not be taking place within the TV world. It will, in fact, take place in the reality which you occupy. Enjoy it while you can.
Don't tell me, this fog that's enveloping the town's the same fog on the other side of the TV?
This is fun. What? What was that?
New voice suddenly reached my ears. Who was that? I'm bewildered. Did anyone actually talk? Am I hearing things? Kinku's shout breaks my concentration.
He's winding up for another one. We're getting off, Koromaru.
Kari-san still is confused, but Kenku notices something and unbuckles his seatbelt with a spirit of the red. Last time, the helicopter is descending close enough to the roof of the Junas that people on the docks usually jump down.
Oh, summon Fluffy!
Koromaru-san growls and another persona appears at the same time. Kenku will leap out of the cabin, stabbing at the enemy persona closing in on us. Koromaru-san's persona and Kenku's spear both hit the attacking enemy at the same time. Kenku just drops to the roof unharmed.
It seems you're always taking on the responsibility of saving others, Yukari-san.
Seriously, it's like, again, really? But I'll take this one. After all, I save the world on a weekly basis.
Yeah! Koromaru-san and Yukari-san drop out of the helicopter and nimbly land on the roof. Amazing. Your combat abilities are equal to those of weapons like me or Igus. Even though they're secondary members of the Shadow Armor that is used only in times of emergency, it seems that they've been on routine this entire time. I quickly raise my axe and follow them.
Yukari-san, everyone, please, save Lady Mitsuru.
Don't worry. We will do what we can, Maid-san.
Oh my god, we're still going. Ah, son of a bitch. No, I gotta end it here. This is... I usually try to end it when it gets to the to be continued, but I can't. Your progress will not be... Oh, story select. Wait, can I... Don't make save at least where I left off, right? Don't make me sit through that again. Okay. So don't... God dang it, I swear to God, if it, like, doesn't save that progress and I have to go through this shit again, I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, I was trying to wait for it to go to a to be continued, but it's like, no, it's still going! Son of a bitch! Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna here for now, guys. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe now to become a Picky Penguin aboard the SLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. Until next time, guys, stay classy!